There's plenty of developing news on the go for you this afternoon. Let's take you live now to Cape Town, to the Magistrates Court there. A man is expected to appear there today in connection with the death of an American tourist. The tourist was stabbed to death at a Greenpoint backpackers accommodation on Friday. The incident reportedly stemming from an alleged argument that escalated, once again raising issues around the safety of tourists in the city. Newzroom Afrika's Nasiphi Same joins us for more on the story. Nasiphi, what else do we know about this supposed altercation and how things escalated and resulted in one person being killed?
Well, Michelle, at this present moment, the details are so far as the argument that escalated, resulting in the death of the U.S. tourist, is still quite sketchy at this present moment. But the suspect, or accused rather, appeared at the Cape Town Magistrates Court not too long ago. He faces charges of murder, including escaping custody. And that matter has been postponed to the 27th of February for further investigation. But I'll just rope in Jacques here from the Sea Point SID. Jacques, you obviously, are well versed with crime in this community. But, following the incident that transpired on Friday, what has been the talk? Are people feeling unsafe?
So whenever there's a traumatic incident such as a murder within the area, it creates it creates a situation where people do get worried and go, is this what's happening on our doorstep? What does it mean to me? What does it mean for people in the area? So of course there is a level of panic and uncertainty. In this particular case, we know the circumstances around the murder that was in court this morning, and it takes time. It takes time for people to realize this was maybe an isolated incident, but it just shows that it can happen at any stage or at any place.
Jacques, are there any concerns about tourism? I mean, Cape Town not too long ago received an accolade of being a city to visit, one of the cities to visit. I mean, when an incident like this happens, an attack on tourists, it puts Cape Town on a spotlight.
Of course, any negative incident such as a murder creates that level of, is it the place where you want to visit? But as I was saying earlier, we have 1 million visitors that come into Sea Point on a monthly basis with minimal crime elements or crime issues happening. If I look at reported crime within the Sea Point city area that we protect, there's never more than 1 or 2 incidents a month. So while it does create that fear for the people who are unknown, Cape Town is still a safe place to visit. It is still a place where you can come out, enjoy the area. You can just look around us as I speak to you now. The area is bustling. There are people at the restaurants across the road. So obviously we are doing everything from a SID point of view to make sure that you can come into this area and enjoy your time safely.
Jacques, you do highlight that crime is obviously relatively low. But, with the recent muggings that we have, noted in the recent weeks alone, would you say that there's been some sort of increase?
So over the last 30 days, we have definitely seen a slight increase in reported cases within the area. When I say reported, we also have a situation where people report on social media and don't necessarily report at the South African Police Service, which makes it complicated because you don't know if it's the true stat or a social media stat, as I often say. This has happened, I think, because of opportunity people moving into the area trying to commit crime. As I said to you over this weekend, we had such an incident in Sea Point where a chain was snatched. But what's positive for me is that those suspects were arrested within 3 minutes of conducting the crime due to the amount of security presence we have available.
We'll have to leave it there, Jacques, there from Sea Point SID, just talking to us not only about the incident that happened on Friday, resulting in the fatal stabbing of a U.S. tourist, but also crime in general in Sea Point, the Atlantic seaboard area.